Hello, I'm Joe Bracken.
And I'm Dan McDuffie.
And this is another edition of Tech Points.
Should be a good one.
Yeah, this week we will be covering, of course, like every week, a couple of websites and tools that Dan and I think are fun and might be helpful. And then also this week we're going to be covering some video game stuff. So
Joe's new baby.
yeah, we've got an Xbox 360 here, so we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah. Well, first we'll start out with our customary couple of free, cool little things. A couple of websites we have here to get free tools online, and actually some of these tools are not necessarily free, but there's trials, and there's just a lot of cool stuff you can find at these sites. First one, download.com. It's just a site that compiles free, actually downloads on the internet. Not necessarily always free, but there are a lot of free ones.
Mostly software application type downloads.
Yeah, sorry. So, photo management, editing tools, antivirus tools. There's AVG, which I know you and I both like.
Right.
It's a free download. You can download it, updates itself. It's a great antivirus program, actually, and for completely free, you really can't beat that. So
I use downloads.com quite a bit. They have a download section for Windows users, for Mac users, even some download sections for handhelds, like PDAs, Palm PDAs, Windows PDAs. So if you have a device, you're looking for software, free software, demo software, shareware, freeware. If you're looking for something, it's here.
Yeah, the demo stuff is really cool. If you're thinking about buying something, if you want to, turn your LPs into MP3s to put on your iPod or your other MP3 player, you can try the software from here or the company's site, but this sort of compiles everything together and gets it in one nice little place. So you might get a 14-day free trial, and you can decide if you want to buy it.
Yeah, so common usage on a site like download.com is, I need something, I've got a virus, okay, maybe I've got some spyware. That's a common one.
Yep.
Got spyware, you're saying I need a tool to download this. Now you can go out and buy some software, but really for free, and also or as a trial, you can actually download most of these tools, most of these utilities that you need to clean up your computer, get it back running healthy. And download.com or other download sites like download.com are great sources of that information. Already compiled. Search for anti-spyware. It'll give you a nice big list of applications, also with reviews and comments by other users. So you know what's good or what's not, or what people are downloading.
Here's a WebRoot Spy Sweeper, which was rated just recently as one of the best spyware programs, or anti-spyware programs. And it lets you try it for free. So
it's a free download, right?
Yep, free download. So that's a really cool site. Another one, Download Squad. Haven't used this much in a while, but this actually creates its own reviews of different things. Here's a TiVo desktop and closer look at Vista, Windows Vista, the new Windows operating system that's coming out. And that's also a very cool site.
So it's like a blog style site with some helpful downloads and tools and things.
I should really use this more. How to scan money in Photoshop. I don't know that that's the best idea, but there you go. So, very cool sites.
That's downloadsquad.com.
Yep. Right? Well, should we get into
Yeah, let's just jump right into it. We're going to be covering just a couple video game devices, let you know what's out there, talk about some new stuff that's coming up. Hopefully we'll be getting some more toys in here as well to show. I figure some of our younger viewers might be interested in seeing it. Let's not start off with this yet, but we will start out just talking about some of the stuff that's out there now. Right now, you can go out and pick up a PS2, the PlayStation 2 from Sony, or which has been out for quite a while now, or on Xbox, your standard Microsoft Xbox. Those are actually very inexpensive now. Great graphics.
Especially for a regular definition.
Yeah, if you don't have a high-def TV, they're actually, the graphics are great, or even a small format TV, they're great. They look good on the big screen too.
Yeah.
They're coming down in price. They're the most popular right now. Yeah, they're very inexpensive. I think they're around $149, where they used to be up close to $3 quite a while back.
And they're becoming smaller in form factor too. I mean, whereas they were almost as big as this when they came out, now they're thinning down to the size of this keyboard.
Yeah, I didn't bring my PlayStation 2 today, but yeah, my PlayStation 2 is about 3 inches thick, 2.5 inches thick, and they're actually brought them the same hardware, same equipment is now about 2 inches thick, or 1 inch and a half. It's very, very small, about the size of a notebook pad. So it's there. I mean, same technology, lower price, and I mean, it's pretty good value. Lots of games out for both the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. I think the Xbox games are great. Even PlayStation 2 games, I can't get enough of those.
Yeah. I try to stay away from it all because I just get addicted. But, they are fun. And like you said, there are a lot of great games out there. Both companies make an online version, where you can play the games online against other people or with other people. Yeah,
with the Sony products, with like the PlayStation, those are supported. It's not supported. The company doesn't set up rooms for you or anything. It's actually a free service. So every game that you purchase, you can go online, as long as it's online enabled, go and find your friends, play against each other. Even the PS2 even has a headset, so if you're playing in a game where you got other players, you can go ahead and strategize with them while you're playing the game. The Xbox service is called Xbox Live, and so for your standard Xbox, it's a pay service. They do have some great deals like free weekends and things that you can find. But for the year, for their best package, it's I think $50 for the whole year. And it allows you to go log into the network. It ranks you, so it keeps track of how well you've been playing, how you've been playing with other people. It can find your friends online. It's actually, it's a nice feature added on to both the Xbox and the PlayStation, the original Xbox and the PlayStation 2. Might want to also add that there is also the Nintendo GameCube. Not as popular. Not as popular as the for the hardcore gamers. But I actually think that Nintendo puts out some really great games. The GameCube, I believe right now, is under $100. So if you're looking for a really nice game system, especially a game system that would be that has a lot of titles and a lot of games for like the younger crowd, they try and put out games that aren't as violent. They do a pretty good job of creating some really nice games that are suitable for everyone.
That's cool.
Moving on a little bit, we'll move on, before we hop into that one, we'll move on to the portable players. Years ago, when I was in grade school, we had little Game Boys, which are really cool. They were expensive then, black and white, took batteries, ate batteries like crazy. Now these portable game systems are very comparable to the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox, the original Xbox right now. What's out from Nintendo is the Nintendo DS. It's a Game Boy. It's more advanced. It has wireless internet access, a lot of other cool things.
It has 2 monitors, doesn't it?
It actually has 2 screens.
2 screens.
I've played with it, but I actually don't own one. But I've heard good things about it.
And again, touch-sensitive screens, I think, with a stylus.
Yeah, and a lot of cool games that use that dual screen technology. Yeah. The next device, actually, I picked one of these up a while ago. It's called a PSP. It's a PlayStation Portable. This device actually has much of the same power that you'd find in your PlayStation 2, and it definitely is as good of quality as the PlayStation 1. The games are fairly, let's see if we get a shot of that. Yeah, the games are fairly, they're pretty expensive. They're not cheap, that's for sure. This PlayStation Portable, the PSP, it's from Sony. It allows you to store, you can put music on here. You can add video files on here. You can also add in play video discs also. So we'll talk about that a little bit. Let's get into, let's see if we can't show you. So I can load up, I've got a movie in here. Well, so I've got a little movie that's playing in here. We also have.
And this is, you're saving. That's a movie you've downloaded and saved on a memory stick.
Exactly. So I've actually saved this on a memory stick. So that was the movies we looked at. I don't have any music on here right now, but if you wanted, you could store some music on here, listen to it. It comes with a headset, also with a remote as well, a wired remote. So if you have it in your pocket, you can control it. You can also store your photos in here. I'm not sure what photos I have in here right now, so we'll just not look at that. It does have a web browser, which is pretty cool. So if you're anywhere where there's a Wi-Fi hotspot, you can hop online using this device and browse the internet. So it's really nice. One device for everything. It also gets its updates by downloading from the internet. So find a Wi-Fi hotspot. You can download a lot of new tools and software updates for this thing.
That's very cool.
Great
and
little
again,
device.
Play games online.
Of course, yeah. And then also not so many games online right now. What they're using it for is playing person to person. So the Wi-Fi that's built into this is mostly used for playing against other users.
But so it's one-to-one. You can play against
one-on-one, or if you and 6 friends have this device, I've got a couple of buddies. We all play the same game. There's 4 to 6 of us all playing wirelessly in the same room.
In the same room.
In the same room.
Okay. But can you do it over the internet?
I don't have any games that actually you could play against other people on the internet right now.
Okay.
So I'm not.
But there are.
I believe there are some games, or at least that rank you or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But most of my games are single player or multiplayer in a small environment.
Okay.
Very neat game. So I'll show you the. Sony has a format called the UMD disc. Oops, let me flip that over. Universal Memory Disc, I believe it. Universal Media Disc, I think is what it is. Let's get the glare off of there. These little discs is what these hold the games. So when you go out to the store or purchase a video game, this is the format it comes into. It's very similar. It even looks very much like the old mini disc that Sony put out.
Yeah.
It's slightly smaller though and has a little bit different format. No moving parts besides the spinning disc in here. Also, it's available. Not a lot of movies available, but there are some feature films that have been released on this Universal Media format.
And their goal was to sort of create another sort of DVD style disc that more people would adopt in other portable players, right?
Yeah, that was the idea. The idea was that this would be another standard for portable media.
Movies.
Yeah.
And it sort of died.
It just didn't make any sense. I could go out and buy the DVD for home, but I'd still have to buy the disc, which was not cheap. I mean, you still had to pay $19 to $30 to buy the PSP movie that comes in this format, and I can only play it on this PlayStation Portal. I haven't bought one movie because of that one reason.
One player.
Yeah, one player. It just didn't make sense, and I couldn't use it anywhere else. So I know some people that have bought some discs, and even at some airports that I visited before, you could actually swap these out for other movies and other discs. So they made a really good attempt. I don't know if it's catching on right now, but it's a great idea. They had a nice idea with it.
Yeah, but Sony loves to do that. I mean, even their memory stick.
Yeah, sometimes they make it difficult to move stuff around and to use it the way that you'd like to.
They want to keep you with their format.
Right. This device runs off of battery power, so you can charge it up, which is really nice. I'd say for younger kids with the games that are out there, maybe not the perfect device. One, it's not cheap. I think it's about $250 to $299 now. Okay. So it's not a little kid toy, that's for sure. I mean, it's a pretty big device. I mean, cost-wise, it's not something that you want to hand to a kid and then let them throw it around.
Yeah, you can get a Game Boy Color for what, like?
Like a basic Game Boy you can get for under $100, and it's pretty indestructible. Also, the games, as far as who they're suitable for, I mean, we're talking games that are all PlayStation games that are ported over for this device. So there's a lot of shoot 'em up games and things like that. So if you were thinking about purchasing one of these for your kids, pay attention to what they're getting, what games that they're buying, and just keep a good eye on that. But all in all, I think this is a great device. I've liked it quite a bit.
And that was a question I always had. I know they rate the games.
They do.
But is there any way to block games from being played in any of these systems?
In this system, there isn't. And these other ones, I'm actually not sure. But we'll get that information and put it on our show notes. That's actually interesting to find out.
That'd be interesting. I sort of don't think there is, or you would have heard about it.
Well, it's a voluntary. The rating system is actually a voluntary system that the video game industry adopted. And so it's them rating their own games. They do a fairly good job about it. But that's something we should definitely find out about. The other system that's coming out now soon is from, let's talk about the new systems that aren't even out now.
Sort of these next generation things. Yeah. Let's see here. This is Nintendo.
Nintendo's coming out soon with a their like third or the next generation system. It's supposed to
It's
come out.
actually 5.
There's their 5th generation. Oh, okay. They're coming out with a new system. It was originally called Revolution, and that's what the code name's been for quite a long time. Until just recently, they decided that the new name for it is Wii, spelled W-I-I. That's the official name now. So you'll start seeing commercials for it and other advertising for it.
Although we can't find a picture.
We can't find any pictures of the system right now.
Yeah.
There have been some other pictures that they've shown, but we're not really sure if those are the actual production photos. But this is the actually official site, so we just wanted to let you know there is the new Nintendo system that's coming out. It's called Wii. Some great games that are going to come out on that. Zelda's going to come out again. Mario Brothers. A lot of the classic games that some of us guys have grown up on will be coming out in a nice new fast system, which should be really neat.
That are about due for an update.
Yeah, definitely. And again, just like all the new advanced systems, they're all tied to the internet. You can play online. You'll be able to manage your music and media through it. So again, it'll be a very powerful system that's going to sit next to your computer and allow you to do many different things, not just play video games.
Yeah, and Nintendo, I've heard, they design their systems for a longer lifespan.
Right.
Whereas Sony and Microsoft do it for 3 to 5 years. Sony wants their system to be around for 10, or I'm sorry, Nintendo wants their system to be around for 10. They want you to be able to use that, not upgrade to something else, so they're going to charge you a little bit more, but it's taken a little bit longer to get out because of that. And I mean, when did the original Xbox come out? 3-4 years ago?
Right.
And now you got the Xbox 360 that blows it out of the water. So it'll be interesting to see this Nintendo come out and potentially blow everything else out of the water.
Yeah, they were the big leader before, and I don't think they're going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Even with the introduction of Sony jumping on board and producing their PlayStation, and then now Microsoft with their Xbox product.
Yeah, and Sony has a new PlayStation coming out too. They don't have anything on their site, so we grabbed a Google image of it. This is the Sony PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this machine.
Yeah, you can see here that controller's a little bit weird, but
yeah, I mean they were referring to that controller as the the boomerang or the Batwing controller.
Yeah, that's good.
Design-wise, I'm not really sure if I like the design of the system at all, but it's from Sony. The titles that they're going to release are going to be all their great titles again. Revamped with HD support, so if you have a high-definition TV, you'll be able to see that great quality in the video games. Blu-ray support, I wasn't really sure on that. Do you know if they ever confirmed if they're going to put that in there?
I think I think the games are going to be on Blu-ray.
Okay.
Which is a new sort of high-definition DVD style format, which
it's Sony. Sony worked on developing this format for high-definition DVD. And they are gonna. I've heard they were gonna be trying to push it, and one of the rumors was that it's gonna be incorporated.
Gonna be on there.
Oh,
and that's what I've heard too, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
There's 2 of those formats out there. Toshiba is making the high def players now. What do they call that?
HD.
Is it just HD
DVD? I think it is. Yeah.
HD DVD and Blu-ray. So, sort of this fight between the 2, and we'll see where it goes, but.
I'm looking forward to this device. It comes out around June, so it should be coming out pretty soon. You'll definitely be, will you be able to find one on Christmas? I don't know. They're, like all these systems, when they come out, they're hot, they're hard to get, and the prices are usually jacked up. So that'll be very interesting to see what the price point on this is, because they've been rumored to be somewhere in the $600 range. Now that's pretty high for just a basic system. But then, if you have to have the toy, you gotta have the toy. Yeah. So that's a good device. Look out for that. There'll be some more news. There'll be media all over. That'll be highly covered. Hopefully we'll cover it again.
And hopefully they'll release a little bit more than Xbox did or Microsoft did with the Xbox 360. I think they sort of build hype by only releasing a certain amount. I'm really convinced they bang these things out. It's all the same parts. They're putting, they're throwing them together somewhere overseas, and they're not bringing them over one container full at a time, and spreading them out to the entire U.S. So,
well, rumors are it's still going to be a shortage. So when you need one, if you want a PS3 when it comes out, prepare to wait in lines or pay through the nose to get one.
And hope that it comes out in the summer, so you're waiting in the warm weather.
And let's
take a look at it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move over. If I can get to the right input here. we're going to take a look at my new Xbox. This has killed all my motivation and taken up a lot of time. Yeah, a lot of time.
Yeah.
Graphics on this are amazing. Maybe I don't know if we can get a good enough shot. There's just a lot of light in here, but it's a new Xbox 360. I just picked it up recently within the last few weeks. It is the next generation Xbox. It's all the games are high definition. That's too bad. That's not coming out.
We're not going to see that.
But all the games are high definition, or at least the majority are, and comparable to the PlayStation 2 or like the GameCube that I've played, the old Xbox. It is amazing, the image quality. It's not doing it justice here on the screen, but
because it's actually putting out the signal in high def as opposed to component.
Correct.
You know.
So if you have a high definition TV, there is a big difference between playing a video game in regular definition or in high definition.
I don't think you're going to see it on the smaller regular definition TVs. You'll definitely see a slight difference, but not as big as you are going to be going up into a high def TV.
Exactly. And they're putting out more and more games now on this format for the Xbox 360 with full high definition support. So that means that while you're in the game, everything's been rendered in that high definition format. So if you're playing a sports game, you can see sweat, you can see hair. If you're in a like a shoot 'em up game, you can crawl around and see the grass moving. You can see reflections in the water. It's actually pretty amazing, the quality. It really sucks you in. It's a whole nother experience.
Yeah. Well, and then you get it online.
Yeah,
we've got it hooked up to the internet.
The other thing with Xbox is that taking their Xbox Live that was out on the original Xbox allowed you to sign in and play. This Xbox 360 is actually all centered around playing online. And actually, from my personal experience playing it, it is a different experience from playing by yourself as opposed to playing with someone else, another human being. And I've been playing from people, as close as here into the Grosse Pointe area, all the way out to playing guys in Sweden, Tokyo, anywhere you can think
worldwide.
of. Yeah, it's worldwide network. So at any time, almost every game, I will say every game, because every game now has an online option. You can go online, find your friends, find new people, hop into a video game, and play real people across the world. What's also unique for this system is, like I said, it's always connected to the internet, so it's always tracking what you're doing. What's good about that, though, is that while you're playing yourself offline, maybe, working on some solo missions or doing some other things like that, it's actually keeping track of what you're doing and ranking you. So adding some more competitiveness into the whole mix is the fact that even when you're playing by yourself, which is just practicing or just for fun, you're still being ranked, it's still tracking you, you're still competing against the entire world as far as your ranking in these different games. Right now, I have a couple titles. I have Project Gotham Racing, a racing game. I'm a big racing video game fan. I played too much of that already. The quality is amazing. You can actually see people out on the stands, see their faces. Reflections come in perfect. The other title that I have is called Call of Duty 2. Shoot 'em up game. Came from the PC side, so it's a fairly nice game. Really big multiplayer game. It's really nice for that. The newest title that's out right now is Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter.
Which is a game I've loved for years on the PC. I've sort of gotten away from playing it a little bit. But
yeah, and I've unfortunately fallen back into playing it. And games can last hours and hours.
I've avoided going over to Joe's house to play this, so.
Yeah.
Well, one of these days I'll get over there. But.
No, so the quality of these games is amazing. So if you ever get the chance to maybe play one of these at the store, if you ever play some, it's just worth checking out. If you're into technology, into like video and high definition and things like that, just seeing it is an experience.
Yeah.
Playing it, I can vouch for that being a fun.
Yeah. Now a little bit about this. It's got a hard drive that snaps on.
Yeah, I should mention that.
Stuff.
They sell it in two systems. They've got the the premium bundle, which is actually becoming very, very hard to find. I know that they say that they're still stocking them. I can't find a place to buy these bundles. But what I ended up picking up was the core system. Core system comes with this main unit here. It comes with one wired remote. This is a wireless remote. I actually had to buy this extra. But what Dan was pointing out was the hard drive here. This is actually a 20 gigabyte hard drive. It snaps right on the front here. What it allows you to do is you can store video games, so you can store your saved games, so you don't need a separate memory card, Also, what's nice is that by being online, if there's a new map that's released or a patch for a game, new update for a game.
So if they find a problem with a game.
If they find a problem, they just download it and puts it right on your box here, which is really nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now you can there's 2 controllers you can plug in, right?
Yeah, the core system comes with 1 wired controller. It hooks right into the front here. There's a little slot for it.
Oh, all right.
The wireless controllers are amazing. They're RF controllers, so they're not radio frequency. So they're not line of sight, which means you can point this thing anywhere and it'll still track you. In fact, I've even played it from my dining room because I can see the TV from there while I'm eating. So I don't really like to admit that, but it works everywhere. So this is
while I'm eating.
Amazing controller. I picked up a battery pack for mine because it does lose battery power, but it's very easy to charge. It works out really well.
That's cool. I saw that the charger actually plugs into the front of the controller, right?
Yeah, the charger plugs in the front of the controller. So
so the charger plugs in there, so you can charge it while you're playing it.
You can charge it while you're playing. Yeah.
Which is very cool. You don't have to, if you realize, does it tell you the batteries are dying or?
I haven't run it that long. I've been charging them every time.
Oh, that's
the
good.
Other thing to note too is that the Xbox 360 and Xbox Live, which is their online service, supports voice chat.
Oh, that's right.
So with the headset, which I actually don't have one yet, but with the headset you can actually go in, a wireless headset, you can actually go online while you're in the lobby waiting to go into a game, or if you find a friend that's online, you find your buddy on there, you can actually talk directly to them wirelessly through the system. Even while you're playing the game, if you want to do some trash talking, laugh about that shot that you just made. That's also really good. It's amazing how well it works.
I'd love to, with Ghost Recon on the PC, I never used anything like that, but I loved Ghost Recon as a squad-based shooter game. So you're sort of working as a team to complete missions or playing against another team. But it'd be cool if you could actually talk to your squad to figure out where everybody is. And
definitely.
Yeah.
The other thing to mention too is that
I'm coming over this weekend.
Yeah, I have an iPod. We mentioned that quite a bit about all the iPods. But if you have any MP3 player that uses a USB connection to plug to your computer, you can actually plug that MP3 player into the back of this unit. And so while I'm playing video games, whether it be a sports game, golf game, racing game, I can actually listen to my own music while I'm playing. And it won't find anything that's rights protected, so it won't find music that I've actually purchased because it just can't read it. But anything that I've ripped from a CD, it's very easy. I can listen to it while I'm racing. It's actually pretty cool.
Does it cover up the sound of the game?
No, it kind of blends it together. So it replaces the in-game music. Yeah, it's really cool.
But it actually replaces it? Oh my gosh.
So it's really neat.
That is cool.
Yeah, one more thing. But it's a great device. They're kind of pricey. We'll wrap up on that note. Yeah, they're quite pricey. All these accessories are extra. It adds up very quick. You can easily get upwards of $500 with all the bells and whistles. So it's not a kiddie toy again. It's definitely for one of the hardcore gamers or for someone that has a lot of money to spend.
Not to mention when you don't leave your house for a week because you're playing video games.
Yeah, that also makes difference. So these are also highly addictive. So if you have other things to do, it's recommended that you don't purchase one of these. That's about all the time that we have right now. So we'll just wrap up with that. Again, we covered the Xbox 360, which is new. It's out in stores right now. You should be able to pick one up. The PlayStation 3 is going to be coming out soon, as well as the Nintendo Wii.
WII.
So hopefully we'll have some other shots and updates about that in a future show. If you have any questions about any of the devices we talked about, or would like some more information, or even to ask us a question, you can find us at techpoints.com, or you can email us
at techpoint@gmail.com.
That's our show for today.
Yep.
Thank you.
Have a great one.